Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about a film which I saw in the cinema recently and enjoyed thoroughly, titled The Menu. Before we get started, please consider subscribing if you want to see more film related content, such as more movie reviews or more rankings, or if you just want to support the channel. With that over with, let's get into the review. The Menu was directed by Mark Mylod, who is a television director mainly, known for directing episodes on some decent shows such as Succession, Game of Thrones and Entourage. I enjoyed the aesthetic of this film. It looked very clean, it looks very modern, and its colours were true to life. It didn't have any green, blue or sepia tints, which unfortunately are often used ineffectively and in ways that don't serve the film well in any way. I do find that a clean, true to life colour palette is usually the best option for a film like this. Green tints can be used effectively, however, and David Fincher is a prime example of a director who uses these tints. His films Fight Club, Seven and Panic Room all include scenes with a green tint, and when used intentionally to serve the film, they can actually enhance the atmosphere. An example, however, of a green tint being used ineffectively is in the 2019 horror comedy Ready or Not. I actually thought this film was decent and I would watch it again, because it was entertaining. However, it definitely would have looked a lot better without the stupid green tint. As is expected for a film titled The Menu, there are lots of close-ups of food being prepared, and these are shot with a macro lens to make the subject matter stand out and pop. All these shots look visually pleasing, and often they're shown as parts of quick montages, which reminded me of how Edgar Wright often uses short, quick montages to show the passing of a short amount of time. Mark Mylod and his cinematographer do this in this film when the food is being prepared, and we often only see a few quick shots of the food prep before it is ready to go out to the customers. When the main couple, played by Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult, manage to get a reservation at this prestigious and extremely exclusive restaurant, they find out that the menu for the evening isn't exactly what they had expected, and it does have some shocking surprises. Alongside Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult stars Ralph Fiennes, and he is so good in this movie. I think it's definitely one of the best performances I've seen this year, which is great considering that this has been an incredible year for films. Austin Butler gave an amazing performance as Elvis Presley in Elvis. I thought Robert Pattinson was incredible as Bruce Wayne in The Batman, and Ethan Hawke, even in The Black Phone, where he played the grabber, was a very good performance. I think that Ralph Fiennes' performance in this film was the second best acting that I've seen this year, second only to Austin Butler. This film was labelled as a horror comedy, and although it does technically fit into the horror genre, I would definitely class it as more of a thriller, as it isn't blatantly a horror film, and it definitely focuses more on psychological horror than it does gore. The aim of this film, amongst other things, was to thrill the audience, not necessarily horrify them. Tension is built up throughout the whole film, and tension is a convention of the thriller genre, whereas if there were shocking scenes throughout the film involving gore, then I would class it as horror. There is quite a lot of satire in this film, and it critically targets the upper class and food critic snobbery. Nicholas Hoult's character is a huge foodie and is invested and utterly impressed in whatever bullshit that the chef brings out to the dining room, and his date, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, is a complete newbie to food criticism, so she outs it for what it is. I went into this film without having watched the trailer, and I'm so glad that I didn't. I had read a brief synopsis and had a vague idea what the film was about, but it was still original and unpredictable, which is rare considering the current state of cinema. This film had a $30 million budget, and as of today, it has grossed $35 million, which means it has just broken even. It is unfortunate that these days, unless a film is part of a franchise or based on other media, such as literature or video games, it doesn't tend to make any money at the box office. Unfortunately, this was the case with three of my favourite films that were released last year in 2021. However, this year Nope was released, and as an original film, it made $171 million from its $68 million budget. Hopefully after Nope and now The Menu, original films will continue to be made and released in cinemas, as currently the big budget blockbuster films which are overwhelming the box office are rarely actually good films, and they're usually just money grab devices on a conveyor belt which are being made for already huge production companies. That concludes my review of The Menu. I would recommend it to anyone, as it can be enjoyed by anyone, I think. Whether you're a casual movie watcher or a film critic, I think there's lots to get out of this movie. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button as it supports the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more film related content in the future. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.